Welcome back, my friend. Today, we're not just learning English. We're going to upgrade the way your mouth speaks it. By the time you finish this video, you won't just understand English. You'll finally feel, now my mouth knows how to speak. I can actually say the words in real life. So stay with me till the end. Hit subscribe if you're serious about speaking, because this might be the video that turns your silent English into confident living English. Let me ask you one thing. How many videos have you watched? How many rules do you know? How many times have you said, I understand, but I just can't speak? Your problem is not your brain. Your problem is not your IQ. Your problem is simple. Your mouth has never been trained to speak English. And that's exactly what we're going to fix today. Let's begin with a hard truth that almost no teacher explains. Your mouth is still speaking your first language, even when you try to speak English. Think about it. In your native language, your mouth is fast, automatic, natural. You don't plan your tongue. You don't calculate your lips. You just speak, and everything flows. Why? Because since childhood, you've repeated those sounds thousands and thousands of times. Your mouth muscles are perfectly trained for your first language. But in English, it's completely different. You've spent years watching videos, reading books, listening to teachers. But most of the time, your mouth stayed silent. Your eyes were working, your ears were working, your brain was working, but your lips stayed closed. So what happens when you finally try to speak? Suddenly your voice feels stuck, your tongue feels heavy, your jaw feels tight. You know the sentence in your head, but it refuses to come out of your mouth. It feels like there is a wall between your thoughts and your voice. That wall is not grammar. That wall is not vocabulary. That wall is untrained speaking muscles. Most learners treat English like a school subject, something you read, write, and memorize. But spoken English is also a physical activity. Your mouth has to move in a new way. Your lips need to shape new sounds. Your tongue has to touch new positions. Your jaw must open and close with a different rhythm. Your voice needs to rise and fall in a new pattern. If you never train these movements, you will always sound slow, broken, or unsure, even if your grammar is correct. It's just like learning a new sport or instrument. Imagine you read 50 books about playing the guitar, watch 200 videos about chords, and memorize the names of every string. But you never actually touch the guitar. The first time you try to play, your fingers will feel stiff, clumsy, and weak. Not because you're stupid, but because your muscles never practiced. That's exactly what's happening with your English. You've studied the theory of speaking for years without training the body part that actually speaks. Your mouth. Let's be honest. You probably know this feeling. You start a sentence in English. You speak the first 3 or 4 words. Then suddenly your brain goes blank, your tongue slows down, and you want to switch back to your native language. You think, why am I so slow? Why do I sound like a beginner? Why does my voice feel weak? You start blaming your memory or your talent. But the real problem is simpler. Your mouth has never been trained to handle English speed, English rhythm, English sound connections, English music, English intonation. So your system shuts down. Not because you can't speak, but because your mouth is not ready to speak at that speed. In your first language, your speaking system is on autopilot. You don't think about every sound. You don't worry about pronunciation. You don't plan every sentence. Your brain sends a message. Your mouth delivers it instantly. But in English, your brain is still translating, your mouth is still learning the moves, and your confidence is stuck in the middle. It's like trying to run a race with muscles that only trained for walking. Of course you get tired. Of course you feel slow. Of course you feel embarrassed. It's not your fault. Nobody taught you to train English like a physical skill. Here is the key idea. Speaking English is not just memory in your head. It is memory stored in your mouth. Your lips remember. Your tongue remembers. Your jaw remembers. When you repeat the same sound combinations again and again, your mouth builds muscle memory. Just like your fingers remember how to type your password even when your brain is half asleep, your mouth can remember English sentences if you train them correctly. That's why some people suddenly sound fluent when they say a sentence they have practiced many times before. It feels easy because their mouth has already done that movement many times. So your goal is not just, I want to understand English. Your real goal must be, I want my mouth to be comfortable when I speak English. Comfort comes from repetition and correct training, not from passive learning. Most learners do this. They watch video after video, write pages of notes, underline new words, feel productive. But they rarely say full sentences out loud, again and again, with intention. So every time they try to speak in real life, it feels like the first time. The first time they say that sentence. The first time they try that sound. The first time they move their tongue that way. Of course it feels hard. Of course it feels scary. Imagine going to the gym once a month and expecting six-pack abs. It doesn't work like that. In the same way, speaking once in a while will never create a fluent voice. You don't need 100 more grammar tricks. You need daily physical speaking practice, the right kind, in the right way, in small but powerful sessions. Here is the most exciting part. Your mouth is not fixed. It can learn. It can adapt. It can grow. You can teach your tongue new paths. You can train your lips to move faster. You can build a new rhythm in your voice. And you don't need 5 hours a day. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country. You just need a clear method, a short daily routine, and the courage to sound like a beginner for a while so that you can sound confident later. In a moment, we'll build your daily mouth training routine step by step so your practice becomes as simple and automatic as brushing your teeth. But remember this before we move on. You are not bad at English. You are simply untrained in speaking English with your mouth, and training starts today. Now that you understand why your mouth struggles with English, let's move into the part that will change your speaking forever. Not next year, not next month, today. Fluency does not come from long study hours. It comes from short, smart, daily physical training. And if you give me just 5 minutes a day, I will give you a mouth that finally knows how to speak English smoothly. 5 minutes, every day. That's all you need. People think fluency requires big sacrifices, but the truth is, your brain learns from small, repeated actions, not from giant one-time efforts. So here is your new system, your personal English gym routine that fits into any schedule and produces results faster than anything you've tried before. Before you speak English, you must wake up the muscles that create the sounds. Right now, your lips, tongue, and jaw are still in your native language mode. We need to switch them into English mode. This warm-up is gentle, easy, and powerful. Press your lips together lightly and blow air through them. Brrr. Do it for 5 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Stick your tongue out slowly, Hold for 1 second, then pull it back in. Repeat 10 times. Open your mouth wide, then close it gently. Do this 5 times. Stretch your lips into a big smile. Hold for 3 seconds. Relax. Repeat twice. A warm mouth is a fluent mouth. A stiff mouth produces stiff English. This 1 minute prepares your entire face to move smoothly when you speak. Now we focus on psychology and muscle training together. Stand in front of a mirror. Look directly into your own eyes. Choose one short, positive English sentence. For example, I'm learning to speak with confidence. This is my voice. I own it. English is becoming natural for me. Now say the sentence 5 times. First time, slow. Second time, smooth. Third time, stronger voice. Fourth time, clearer movements. Fifth time, like you truly mean it. When you face yourself, your fear loses power and your confidence grows automatically. Most people can't speak because they are scared of how they look or sound. The mirror breaks that fear. And after a few days, you will feel a new kind of control in your voice. Now we go to shadow training. This is where fluency is born. Shadowing means you listen, you copy immediately, you match the rhythm. Pick a short 5 to 8 second audio clip. It could be a movie line, a YouTube sentence, a podcast moment, anything. For example, the speaker says, I really want to learn this quickly. You repeat instantly, I really want to learn this quickly. Not your version, not slower, not translated. Just copy the rhythm, tone, and melody. Do this with 2 or 3 sentences. Shadowing trains real-time speaking reaction, natural flow, linking sounds, confidence under speed, and the connection between your ears and your mouth. Now let's build control, speed, and comfort in one exercise. Pick one simple sentence like, I'm going to improve my English. Now speak it in 3 speeds. Slow. I'm going to improve my English. Focus on every sound. Normal. I'm going to improve my English. Smooth and steady, fast. I'm going to improve my English. Linked, confident, natural. Repeat this loop 3 times. Fluency isn't about big vocabulary. It's about controlling your speed and speaking smoothly even under pressure. This teaches your mouth to switch gears just like a car. Slow, normal, fast, all on command. Here is your complete 5-minute routine. 1 minute, mouth activation, lip buzz, tongue extension, jaw warm-up, smile stretch. 1 minute, mirror technique, 1 sentence, 5 repetitions. 2 minutes. Shadow speaking, 2 or 3 short audio lines. 1 minute, fluency loop. 1 sentence in slow, normal, and fast cycles. Total 5 minutes. Effect, massive transformation. Your mouth becomes faster. Your tongue becomes flexible. Your voice gains power. Your speech becomes smoother. Your confidence becomes real. Your brain stops overthinking. Your English becomes automatic. You're not just memorizing English anymore. You're training your speaking muscles the same way athletes train their bodies. And that's how fluency appears. Not by magic, but by micro-practices done consistently. Most English learners think fluency means perfect grammar, big vocabulary, no mistakes. But true fluency has nothing to do with perfection. It has everything to do with flow, the music of your speech. You can speak correct sentences and still sound stiff, robotic, or unnatural. And you may have noticed this. Sometimes native speakers make grammar mistakes, yet they still sound confident, smooth, and fluent. Why? Because they speak in clusters of sound, not individual words. A sound cluster is a small group of words spoken in one breath, with no stops, no breaks, no robotic pauses. For example, A learner might say, I am going to the market. A more natural version is, I'm going to the market. Another example, do you want to eat? A natural version is, do you want to eat? English is not spoken word by word. It is spoken phrase by phrase. Speaking English like this, I don't know why it's difficult, sounds broken and heavy. It forces your brain to think too much and your mouth to restart after every word. But when you say, I don't know why it's difficult, your rhythm becomes natural. Your voice flows. Your brain relaxes. Your mouth finally feels comfortable. This is real fluency. Clusters give you speed, rhythm, confidence, and a more natural sound. They help your mind stop translating and start reacting directly in English. Here are some natural clusters you hear every day. What you doing? Let me see. Gonna go now. I don't know. Did ya eat? They may look strange on paper, but they feel perfectly natural when spoken. Once your mouth gets used to them, your fluency will accelerate. Here's a simple system to master clusters daily. First, choose 3 clusters each day. For example, gonna do it later. Let me know. What do you mean? Write them down. Say them out loud slowly at first. Then speak them like a short song. Don't say them mechanically. Say them with rhythm. Let me know becomes let me know, like a melody. What do you mean becomes what do you mean. Repeat each cluster 10 times with rhythm. Rhythm creates muscle memory faster than a plain repetition. Next, use each cluster in a full sentence. For example, I'm gonna go now, see you later. Say the whole sentence as one smooth breath. Repeat it 5 times, then move to the next cluster. Once a day, record yourself saying your 3 clusters in your 3 sentences. On day 1, your voice may sound choppy. On day 3, it starts to loosen. On day 7, you'll hear real flow. On day 15, you'll sound like a different person. Recording is the mirror for your voice. It reveals your strengths and shows exactly where your mouth needs training. You can even practice clusters with background music. Put on a soft beat or a slow soundtrack and speak your clusters on rhythm. Gonna go now. Let me know. What you doing? This trains breath control and gives your speaking a natural musicality. English is not a silent language. It is a rhythmic language. Let your voice dance. Practice powerful native-like phrases such as, what do you think? Give me a minute? Let me help you? I gotta go. I want to do it. I'll be right back. See you later? How's it going? Don't worry about it. Hold on a sec. Master these, and you will instantly sound smoother and more natural. Speaking fluently doesn't mean speaking perfectly. It means speaking comfortably. It means letting your voice move without fear or hesitation. Once you master clusters, your English stops sounding like words placed next to each other. Instead, it becomes connected, flowing, confident, expressive. Most learners think speaking problems come from the mouth only. They focus on pronunciation, they practice sounds, they repeat words. But when they try to speak in real life, their voice still shakes, their mind freezes, their confidence collapses. Fluency isn't only physical. Fluency is emotional. Your brain controls your mouth, and your emotions control your brain. If your mind is scared, your mouth will be silent. If your mind is stressed, your words will break. If your mind doubts itself, your voice will disappear. You must train both the mouth for movement and the brain for confidence. Only when these two work together do you become a fluent speaker. Imagine a pilot flying a plane. Even if the engines are powerful, the flight will be shaky if the pilot is nervous or distracted. This is what happens when you speak English. Your mouth might be ready, but if your brain is full of fear, doubt, negative thoughts, self-judgment, and comparison, your mouth will not obey. Your fluency doesn't fail because you don't know English. Your fluency fails because your mind blocks the flow. The good news is your mind can be trained. Most learners focus on being correct. Correct grammar, correct tense, correct pronunciation. But communication isn't about correctness. Communication is about connection. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember your emotion. A native speaker might say, I was, going to, like, I don't know. And nobody cares because the emotion is clear. But when learners speak, they often sound flat because their brain is focused on rules. So try this. Pick a simple sentence like, I'm happy to be here. Now say it with emotion, with a smile, with energy, with meaning, with your heart, not your textbook. When your voice carries emotion, your fear loses power and your brain moves into expression mode, not judgment mode. Emotion is one of the fastest shortcuts to fluency. Students repeat words. Actors bring words to life. If you want to speak fluently, you must practice like a performer. Take a sentence. I'll try my best. Now say it in different emotions. Excited. I'll try my best. Nervous. I'll try my best. Determined. I'll try my best. Feel how your voice changes? That is your brain unlocking new pathways. Actors become fluent in scripts because they connect voice, emotion, and movement. You must do the same. Your brain loves shortcuts, but most learners take the longest path. Native language, translate, think, speak, panic. This is slow. This is stressful. This is why you freeze. Instead, teach your brain to connect English directly to meaning, not translation. Take a sentence like, let's catch up soon. Don't translate it word by word. Connect it instantly to an image. Meeting a friend after a long time, a warm, friendly invitation, a casual, informal vibe. Another example. I'm starving. Connect it to a strong feeling of hunger, wanting food now. These mental shortcuts create automatic fluency. Your brain stops wasting energy on translation and starts reacting directly to English. When your body moves, your brain becomes more confident and your voice becomes stronger. Stand up. Speak while walking. Move your hands. Change your posture. Say this sentence. I can do this. Now say it again, but move your hands with the rhythm. Your voice becomes more alive. Your energy rises. Your fear drops. Movement activates the emotional center of your brain, the part responsible for confidence and expression. Never practice standing stiff like a robot. Speak with your whole body. You can build a daily brain-mouth connection routine. Say 3 sentences with strong emotion. Happy, sad, excited. Take one line and deliver it like a movie scene. Repeat the same sentence while walking and using your hands. Look into your eyes in the mirror and say it with authority. Record your voice and listen to your energy, not just your mistakes. This simple routine rewires your mind to support your voice instead of stopping it. When your brain and mouth work together, your fear drops, your voice becomes clearer, your rhythm becomes natural, your confidence becomes real, your English becomes effortless. You stop sounding like a student and start sounding like a person who owns their words. You begin to feel English, not just speak it. Repetition is the engine of fluency. Not grammar books, not long lectures, not hours of passive watching. Fluency grows when your mouth repeats the right sounds, in the right way, at the right speed, with the right emotion. Repeating something the wrong way will keep you stuck for years. Repeating something the right way will make you fluent for life. Most people repeat like machines. They repeat without energy, without purpose, without awareness, and so nothing changes. We repeat to build mouth memory, to make English automatic, to increase reaction speed, to train rhythm and flow, to build emotional comfort, to reduce fear of speaking under pressure. Repetition is how your mouth learns what your mind already knows. The smooth speakers you admire have repeated their lines, sentences, and sounds hundreds or even thousands of times. You just didn't see the practice. Many learners repeat like this: I am going to the market. I am going to the market. I am going to the market. Flat, dry, lifeless. This kind of repetition tires your mouth, bores your brain, creates no fluency, and builds no confidence. You're not training, you're just draining yourself. Instead, you can use a layered repetition method. Pick one simple sentence, for example. I can handle this. First, say it slowly. I can handle this. Stretch the words. Feel the shape of each sound. Move your lips and tongue clearly. Repeat it 3 times. Next, connect the words into one breath. I can handle this. Again, again, again. Not fast, just smooth. Then add emotion. Say it confidently. I can handle this. Say it hopefully. I can handle this. Say it with determination. I can handle this. Repeat each emotion a few times. After that, challenge yourself with speed. Say it fast. I can handle this. 5 times. Finally, bring the sentence into real life. Use it in different situations. Someone doubts you. I can handle this, don't worry. You talk to yourself. I can handle this. Stay calm. You start your day. I can handle this. Let's go. You can turn this into a daily repetition routine. 1 minute, slow precision. 1 minute, smooth flow. 1 minute, emotional repetition. 1 minute, fast repetition. 1 minute, real-world situations. Just 1 sentence per day is enough, because this is layered fluency training. Your mouth movement, your rhythm, your emotion, your speed, and your real usability all grow together. After 30 days of smart repetition, your mind stops translating. Your mouth moves automatically. Your rhythm becomes natural. Your speed increases. Your sentences come out more easily, and your confidence grows from the inside out. You begin to sound like someone who has been speaking English for years, not because you learned more words, but because you trained your voice. Before we end this journey, I want you to pause for a moment. Not to learn another technique, not to memorize another idea, but to face a truth that decides your future as an English speaker. You are not silent because you lack ability. You are silent because you don't train. Not because you're weak. Not because you're slow. Not because you're bad at languages. None of that is true. You are silent because you've been living in learning mode, not training mode. And there is a huge difference. The silent learner is everywhere. They watch English videos for hours, scroll through grammar posts, download vocabulary apps, take notes in beautiful notebooks, feel productive. But when it's time to speak, their voice trembles, their mouth freezes, their mind becomes empty, their confidence disappears. They learned, but they didn't train. Learning fills your mind. Training builds your voice. Learning gives you knowledge. Training gives you fluency. Learning makes you aware. Training makes you capable. Until you make that shift, you will remain stuck, quiet, hesitant, and frustrated. Now imagine someone who speaks smoothly, even if they aren't perfect. They only practice 5 to 10 minutes a day, but they repeat smartly. Train clusters, shadow audio, speak in the mirror, build sound flow, use emotion, challenge their mouth, and show up every day. Their English grows not from textbooks, but from daily repetition, daily speaking, daily courage. This person is not more talented than you. They are simply more consistent. They don't wait to feel confident. They build confidence by speaking, even when they feel awkward, even when their voice cracks, even when nobody is listening. They train, they grow, they transform. Ask yourself honestly, how many chances have you lost because you stayed silent? A job interview where you wanted to speak but didn't. A conversation you avoided. An opportunity you walked away from. A dream you delayed. A version of yourself you never became. All because your mouth wasn't trained. That silence hasn't protected you. It has limited you. But it does not have to continue. There comes a day when a learner stops pretending, stops hoping, stops waiting for the right time, and finally says, "Enough. I will train my voice. I will speak even if it's messy. I will practice even if I sound strange. I will grow even if it feels slow." That moment is the beginning of fluency. Fluency is not an accident. Fluency is a decision. A decision to speak today, not someday. A decision to practice daily, not when life feels perfect. A decision to train intentionally, not passively consume content. This decision transforms your English more than any book, teacher, or course ever will. You have already learned the system. You already know the techniques. You already understand the difference between learning and training. Now it's about action, real action. If you don't train, your voice will never grow. If you do train, your fluency is almost guaranteed. Not because of magic, not because of luck, but because repetition rewires the brain. Practice reshapes the tongue. Consistency builds confidence. Emotion strengthens memory. Daily speaking creates fluency. Everything you want in English lies on the other side of daily practice. Say this out loud. I will not stay silent anymore. I will train my mouth every day. I will speak even if I'm afraid. I will grow, step by step. English is my voice now, and I will use it boldly. These words are not just lines. They are your new identity. From today onward, stop waiting, stop hiding, stop apologizing, start training, start speaking, start becoming the person you always wanted to be. The world doesn't need perfect English. The world needs your voice, your emotion, your story, your courage. And fluency begins the moment your fear ends.